Okay, Mike, this is for you. You wanted me to read something from the stories that I've been writing, and so you could have my voice on camera. And this is the one I chose for you. It's called Tell Me About One of the Best Days You Can Remember. This is a very difficult question to answer because there have been so many, and they come at different times of my life. Not every best day is something others might consider noteworthy. They were moments in time that brought great joy or peace or contentment. As a child, I'm sure I have a different idea of what I consider a best day than I have as an adult. My father came home from work on my birthday with a present he bought just for me. Is something I will never forget, and it would definitely constitute one of my best days. He was a little late getting home, but he brought me a baseball bat and a wiffle ball. I must have been about 9 or 10 years old and somewhat of a tomboy, so this gift was in my eyes magnificent. I can still remember how I felt knowing that my father had picked something out just for me, which is why I believe it is so vivid. Being dropped off at my college dorm as a freshman, although very scary at the time, would also be one of those best days. I knew it was the start of something very important, and to be on my own felt very grown up. The birth of my first child was such a life-changing event, and when Jason was born, my life changed in ways I never could have guessed. No longer would I ever be living for myself, but now I had someone that made me want to be my very best. That moment when the doctor placed him in my arms, nothing else mattered. I remember when we walked out of the hospital with him in my arms, I thought to myself, are they really letting me take him? I don't know what to do. But we learned together. Then 5 years later, I was overjoyed to bring Amy into the world. It's so hard to describe the joy that enters your soul when you're holding your newborn child. All the hopes and dreams that you have for that little one in that moment just overwhelms you. I can still remember the doctor telling me, it's a girl. I had been so convinced I would have another son that I thought he was kidding me. Each new grandchild has elicited those same emotions. Each of these days are definitely in the best category. Recently, the best day that I would like to experience again is, makes me cry, is May 25th, 2019, the day I married you, Mike. On that day, at the age of 66, I knew with every fiber of my being that this was what I had longed for my whole life. Not only was I pledging myself to a man who I knew without a doubt loved me and would always stand by me, but I was overjoyed to have my whole family there to support me. How I wish that on that day, Mom and Dad could have been there to see how happy I was, and for them to know that finally their daughter had someone who would love, protect, and cherish her. Of course, these moments are just a few in a lifetime filled with such joy and happiness that at times I wonder if I'm deserving of all of them. In the end, what matters most are the people who are in your life. And I've been blessed beyond measure in that department. I love you.